Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we'll be looking at the results from the Barnet Sunday Football League, as well as looking forward to this Sunday's fixtures, as well as looking forward to the upcoming fixtures in the London Sunday Challenge Cup. The first round obviously takes place this weekend, so we'll be looking at some of the key matchups there. But first of all, we'll be doing the Barnet Sunday Football League results. So starting off in the Premier Division, Mehmetçik Galata fall into their first defeat of the season, losing 1-0 against Zaza. Westbourne United losing 3-1 against the Wrong'uns. Park Rolls beating Gal All-Stars 1-0, and it was a rough afternoon for Highgate Albion as they fall to a 3-1 defeat against Oakwood. Good win for Oakwood. They started off the season with a defeat, but they have picked up very good wins last week against the Wrong'uns and this week against Highgate Albion. So a good bit of booster for them. But I think it's going to be a very interesting season. I think you'll have a lot of teams up there. Mehmetçik have started well. Obviously, they did lose this week, but they had some positive signs in their first few games. The Bandits obviously could be up there. Oakwood, Highgate. A lot of teams have quality in the division and can beat anyone in that league, to be honest. So moving on into the Championship, Northwest Wanderers beating Panathinaikos 7-0. It was another defeat for Panda. To be honest, it was a defeat that was, I thought 4-0 was not going to be the margin of defeat. I thought it was going to be a lot heavier than that against London Wednesday. But London Wednesday win another game. 3 in a row for them. RT United 2, Horizon 2. And Olympia fall into a 4-2 defeat against AFTV. I was about to say 2-4, but same thing. 4-2 win for AFTV. Very good result for them against an Olympia team who had scored 10 the week before against Panda. So great performance for AFTV there. Into Division 1, Toriano 0, Gospel Oak 0. And this was a weird result as well, as Toriano had scored 10 goals in their first 2 games. Or 9, I think it was 9, in their first 2 games. And Gospel Oak had conceded 9 or 10 in their first 2 games. So a 0-0 scoreline was probably the most uncommon result for people's predictions in that one. It was a bit like that Arness Rangers versus Trent Park game from a couple of years ago when they played back-to-back weeks and they drew 6-6 one week and then drew 0-0 the other week. AC Finchley losing 6-0 to Combi Kabir. North London Athletic picking up a second win against Peckham Sport. And Enfield United falling to a 4-3 defeat against Mill Hill Club to Football. The early pace setters as well, surprisingly. But yeah, 3 wins in a row for them. So they're going good houses there. In Division 2, Powerhouse 2, Oakwood Reserves 3. Oakwood Reserves doing very well, actually. We're just going to shout out the guy who scored a hat-trick, Carl Mullins, for Oakwood Reserves there, picking up a hat-trick. So he was the hero there. He definitely, hopefully, got a nice glass of bubbly from his teammates after that one. Or an orange juice he might not drink. Anatolians fall into a 1-0 defeat against Trent Park. Clerkenwell, avoiding that Selk defeat margin. They lost 9-2 to Sopranos. You would be 8 to beat them if they conceded 1 less. Continental 6, AFC Edmonton 0, and Grange Park 3, Northumberland Park Rangers 2. In Division 3, very entertaining match here. Ammonia Youth 3, South Tottenham United 4, Locomotive Thunder beating Cricklewood 2-1, North London Colts losing Highgate Albion Thirds 2-1. And another 2-1 as Brotherhood Cosy fall to Whetstone FC. Into Division 4, Muswell Hill beating Arness Rangers 6-1. Camden FC losing to Highgate Albion Falls 2-1. London Orient picking up a 1-0 win over Barnet Salsa. Underdogs with another good win against Tallfix 6-2. Into Division 5, Coniac Athletic losing 4-1 to North Athletico. Probably the game of the week in terms of scoreline. New Barnet 5, Enfield Albion 5. North London Panthers losing 7-2 to Northwest Wolves. and Roving Reporters beating Edmonton Rovers 5-2. In Division 6, Camden Town Athletic drawing with Atletico Grammar 2-2. EFNS losing 11-0 to Interman Razor. Oakwood Thirds beating Radlett Town 2-0. AFC Rose under-23s beat Barillickspor 6-0. And Pantera beating Mill Hill Club de Football Seconds 11-0. We also had some cup games as well. London Sunday Trophy, Brook Athletic 15, Cadaris Town 1. I honestly do not know what happened there. Brook Athletic, obviously a very good team, but Cadaris Town are no mugs as well. Like, you would not see that scoreline coming. If I saw a 6-7-1, I wouldn't have been surprised, but 15-1 is just absurd, really. We fell to a 3-1 defeat against Highgate Albion reserves. It was our best performance of the season, and I believe if we play like that this weekend, I think we'll pick up our first win. Hopefully we can perform like that this week, and I think we'll have a good chance. NWL Azuri losing 3-1 to Fireside. In the Junior Cup, LBS Lions beating Nissi. So Nissi's journey's already, done. Maida Villa progressing though. They beat London Town Football Club. NLR falling as well in the first round to West London Athletic. And Edmonton Rovers actually getting a away walkover against New World FC. So we're going to start off with the fixtures in the Barnet League before we move on to the London Cup fixtures. In the Championship, Panda looking to avoid 4 games without a win. They have got a very, very difficult task as they take on Northwest Wanderers. AFTV take on RT United. Gower Hornsey take on London Wednesday, who've been in very imperious form lately. That will be a challenge for Gower Hornsey. Did I call him Gower Wednesday? Gower Hornsey. And Horizon take on Highgate Albion reserves. In the Division 1, Commie Kabir take on North London Athletic. That should be a very high energy game. AC Finchley take on Enfield United. Cadaris Town take on AFC Rose. Mill Hill Club de Football take on Toriano. That's a battle of 2 teams that have started the league very, very well. So that should be a very entertaining game as well. And Gospel Oak take on Peckenspore. It's been a very, very mixed bag start for Gospel Oak. So they'll be looking to get, their first win on the board against Peckenspore, who are 1-1. Into Division 2, AFC Edmonton looking to bounce back. They've had a very, very rough start to the season. They take on Grange Park, who've actually done, surprisingly well to start the season. Oakwood Reserves, who are top of the league, they take on Anatolians, team who don't really give you an easy game. Northumberland Park Rangers take on Continental. Sopranos take on Powerhouse. In Division 3, Cricklewood take on Fireside. Highgate Albion Thirds look to continue their momentum. They face Locomotive Thunder, who also picked up a win last week as well. So one of their 2 teams are going to be continuing their form, or maybe both. It might be a draw. Shentry take on Brotherhood. Whetstone take on Ammonia Youth. And South Tottenham United take on North London Colts. In Division 4, Barnet Salsa take on Muswell Hill. London Orient take on Honest Rangers. Highgate Albion Force take on Underdogs. And in Division 6, EFNS take on Camden Town Athletic. We've also got cup action. First round of the Roger Jones Senior Challenge Cup. Radlett Town take on NLR. AFC Rosa take on New Barnet. Armenian Youth Association take on Barillickspor. Atletico Grammar take on Enfield Albion. Interman Razor 24 take on Oakwood Thirds. North Atletico take on Edmonton Rovers. Pantera face Maida Villa. Torfik take on Roving Reporters. North London Panthers take on Nissi. Northwest Wolves take on Mill Hill Club de Football Seconds. So we're going to look now at the London Cup, London Sunday Challenge Cup first round draw. So we start off Secret of the Essex Corinthians take on Dunlupina. Obviously, Dunlupina have, their reputation is one of a feared side. But I feel like that kind of mystique did get damaged last season when they were battered by Takers. I can't remember what the score was. Was it 10-1? That must have really damaged, their fear in the community of Sunday League. But they start off this game against Secret. Let's see what they do. Let's see what goes on there. We got my boys Sporting Continental taking on FC Koya in the first round. I believe they're from the Met League, so they're definitely from South London. So it's a South London affair. We've got Kenningwell taking on Bulltarks from Westphal, and Kenningwell from Orpington. So another South London affair. We've got another South London affair. Spartans taking on Saha, not Louis Saha, Sports and Health Academy. There. Clapham Rovers taking on Lambeth All Stars. We've got Kumasi Strikers taking on Hatcham's OBD SFL team. Southwest Rangers of the Southern Sunday taking on Golden Eagles. Mildeen taking on Bayswater. Jam taking on Zavalas. Grand Athletic actually got an away walkover, as did Under the Radar, as did Swag. So moving on, we've got Baldwin Sports taking on Bickley. AFC Brixton taking on Lusitanos. Hatcham's Sunday Football League team taking on M-Boys in an all SFL battle there. Elmstead taking on Rocker. Westminster Wanderers taking on SE Dons. That should be a very entertaining game and an opportunity for Westminster Wanderers as well. I always mention this on the videos I make and on the Celt podcast as well. When you're taking on a team like SE Dons, don't kind of see it as a daunting task. See it as an opportunity to showcase your team, to showcase your players as well. Show what they can kind of do against these really talented players. SE Dons obviously go into this season as well as one of the favourites for the London Cup. Favourites for a lot of things that they're in, or one of the favourites, I say, not particularly favourites in everything. But yeah, there's always that pressure at the SE Dons. I always consider them as the biggest Sunday League team in terms of, fan base, in terms of YouTube numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, as I say, the pressure is on them every year. And first round, Westminster Wanderers, they've got nothing to lose. Go and make your name for yourselves. That's all I can say. Next game is Hendon United versus the Bandits of the Barnet League. This should be a very entertaining game. I know Hendon United play some very good football. We actually played them last year. It was 6-1. I think the result did flatter them a lot. They did kind of catch us on the break at the end as we were trying to go for it. But the game was 2-1 for 45, 50 minutes, and they got that all-important fourth goal, and it kind of opened the gates up for them. Baiteze, the national champions, take on Middlesbrough Supporters South. They're from Hackney and Leighton. Another Hackney and Leighton team, Badu, take on Highgate Albion. Highgate Albion obviously didn't do too well in the London Cup last year, but got to the National Cup finals. They'll be looking to do well in the London Cup as well. And they take on Badu in the first round. Flyhouse Athletic take on Gow All Stars, another Barnet Sunday League team. Another Barnet Sunday League team are in action as Panathinaikos travel to Hacks United. It's been a real glow up for Hacks United. Last year they were in the London Junior Cup. This year they take on Panathinaikos in the first round. For me, this upcoming fixture is the tie of the round. Hatch Lane, reigning London Sunday Cup champions, taking on AFC Oakwood, the Barnet League champions as well. This should be a very good game. I'd say for me, if you're going to a game this weekend, Sunday League wise, get to this game. I think this is probably the best game you will see in Sunday League this week. I'm not trying to guess up everyone. Two very good teams. Hatch Lane, the quality. Oakwood have got a very good team, as well. They've got a lot of quality players. This, as I said, I'm not trying to gas everyone up. These two teams play very good ball, got very good players, and it should be a fantastic affair. Eastway Athletic take on El Valiente. I believe that's an all Essex Corinthian League affair. London All-Stars taking on City East. FC Baller taking on the Wrong'uns of the Barnet League. Bit of a mixed bag start for the Wrong'uns in the league. But they take on FC Baller, also of Essex Corinthian. Hopefully it's a good game for them. That's all I can say. The Wall taking on Heavy Hitters. Heavy Hitters again of the Barnet League. Very daunting challenge for them, but I wish them well. I think they can cause an upset here. I really do. And I really hope Heavy Hitters do, because they've, shown that they can stand up to the bigger teams as well. They did that last season in the Premier Cup, beating Highgate Albion and Park Rolls to win it. I have full faith in them in this game. I believe they've got the character to provide an upset in this game. Mehmetçik Galata, Barnet League again against Hackney Borough. They started the season well. You want to continue the momentum, bounce back from last week's defeat. That was their first of the season. Another tie I'll be looking out for is Highgate and Muswell Hill, who went quite far last season. They take on Olympia. Olympia also the Barnet League as well. We're going to be saying that a lot because there's a few more fixtures with Barnet League teams. But Olympia have looked good to start the season, especially against Panda, where they put 10 past them. They did have a defeat this week against AFTV, but they'll be looking to bounce back here against a very decent Highgate and Muswell Hill team who won't make it easy for them. Park Rolls take on United Dian. Should be a very good game as well there. I think they'll be evenly matched. I can see a very tight affair in that game. Westbourne United take on Zaza. That is an all Barnet League affair as well. As I always say, make sure you leave a like and comment. I want everyone in the comments to write if they get this far, because I've been babbling along. But if you get this far, just leave some predictions in the comments box to see who you think will win that London Sunday Challenge Cup. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.